Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of Lakers, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
Luca Donic sits out versus Lithuania, but set to lead Slovenia against Latvia on Saturday. Luca Donic has been in the spotlight all summer, and not just for his on-court brilliance. The newly re-signed Lakers star has turned heads with a dramatic physical transformation, showing up to national team camp looking leaner, sharper, and more locked in than ever before. After inking a fresh 3-year extension with the Los Angeles Lakers, Donic didn't take a break. Instead, he returned home to lead his native Slovenia in their preparations for the highly anticipated FIBA EuroBasket 2025, which tips off on August 27th. With the tournament still a few weeks away, national teams across Europe are ramping up through exhibition games, but Slovenia is playing it smart with their superstar. A strategic rest day. Slovenia's head coach, Alexander Shaquille, made the decision to rest Donic during Friday's friendly matchup against Lithuania, opting not to overload him with back-to-back games. While fans were eager to see Luca in action, the choice was purely precautionary, and a wise one. The good news? Donic is expected to suit up on Saturday against Latvia, per @KZS_SI on X. It's a matchup that promises fireworks, especially with Latvia led by none other than Kristaps Porzingis, Donic's former NBA teammate turned EuroBasket rival. Slovenia playing the long game. Slovenia's coaching staff knows what's at stake. With a tough draw in Group D, which includes powerhouse France, their best hope of making a deep run lies in keeping Donic fresh and fully healthy. He's already shown flashes of dominance in earlier exhibition games, so pushing him through unnecessary minutes in back-to-back outings would be short-sighted. Saturday's game against Latvia, scheduled for 8 a.m. Pacific time, will offer fans a better look at how Donic is gelling with the current roster, and how his leadership is beginning to shine just as brightly as his skill. A new Luca, leader on and off the court. Talent has never been in question when it comes to Luca Donic. But leadership? That's something he's had to grow into, and according to his Slovenian teammates, that's exactly what he's done. Now 26, Luca is embracing more than just the role of playmaker, he's stepping into the role of captain. One teammate recently praised Donic's growth, noting that he's become far more vocal and intentional in his communication. He talks a lot more now, but in a good way, the teammate shared. You can tell he cares. He's always trying to help us get better, not just on the court, but mentally as a group. That's new for him. And it's making a big difference. For a player who's dazzled the world with jaw-dropping passes, step-back threes, and unmatched poise under pressure, it's this next step in his journey, becoming a true leader, that could take his game, and his national team, to even greater heights. All eyes on EuroBasket 2025. With Luca Donic locked in physically, mentally, and emotionally, Slovenia could be one of the most dangerous teams heading into EuroBasket 2025. Fans will get a closer glimpse of what's to come when they take on Latvia, but for Slovenia, the focus remains on August 27th, when the real games begin. For now, Donic is pacing himself. And that's probably the smartest move anyone could make, because a rested, motivated, and evolved Luca Donic is a scary sight for any opponent. Donic's return to action carries weight, for Slovenia and the Lakers. Donic's expected appearance against Latvia on Saturday isn't just about shaking off rust or entertaining the crowd, it's a crucial opportunity to fine-tune Slovenia's offensive identity around him. With a relatively young supporting cast and few seasoned veterans, Donic's presence on the floor changes everything: spacing, tempo, decision-making, even the confidence of his teammates. For Slovenia, the stakes are clear. They aren't entering EuroBasket 2025 as tournament favorites, but with Luca healthy and engaged, they become a dangerous wild card. Especially in Group D, which features title contenders like France, and dark horses like Turkey and Georgia, Slovenia will need Donic operating at his absolute best from the opening tip. But this isn't just about international competition. The Lakers are also watching closely, and likely holding their breath. With training camp in Los Angeles set to begin in early October, any injury to their franchise player could derail their season before it begins. It's a fine balance, supporting Donic's pride and passion for his home country, while quietly hoping Slovenia doesn't ride him too hard before NBA basketball begins again. Donic's transformation turning heads across the league. What's also capturing headlines is Donic's physical condition. Reports from European media and footage from Slovenia's practices have shown a noticeably leaner, more agile Donic, perhaps in the best shape of his professional career. NBA insiders have taken note. After years of criticism regarding his conditioning, especially during long playoff runs, Luca seems to have taken the offseason personally. Teammates have said he's been relentless in the weight room and focused on optimizing his endurance for what promises to be one of the busiest seasons of his career. This isn't just the usual "I'm getting in shape" narrative, one European scout told Basket News. Luca's body language, his explosiveness, it all looks different. He's clearly preparing for something bigger. The pressure of expectations, and the potential for history. If Donic can carry Slovenia deep into EuroBasket 2025, it would further cement his legacy as not just a generational NBA talent, but a global icon capable of elevating an entire nation's hopes. Slovenia already stunned the basketball world by winning EuroBasket 2017, and while expectations are more tempered this time around, the belief in Donic's ability to deliver something special hasn't faded. Even opponents have acknowledged it. "When Luca's on the floor, you can't relax," Latvian star Kristaps Porzingis said ahead of their exhibition. "He sees everything before it happens. He makes everyone around him better. You know you're in for a battle." Slovenia's final countdown, all eyes on August 27th. With just under 2 weeks before the EuroBasket officially tips off, Slovenia has a few more exhibition games to lock in rotations and finalize tactics. Coach Shaquille continues to emphasize caution with Donic, but sources say Luca himself is eager to ramp up minutes, sensing the urgency and excitement building. If Saturday's matchup against Latvia goes well, fans could see a full-throttle Luka Donic return for the final dress rehearsals next week, likely against France or Spain. Either way, one thing is certain: the eyes of Europe, the NBA, and basketball lovers worldwide are on him. Because when Luka Donic laces up, it's not just a game. It's a show. And the next act is just beginning. Are the Lakers done making moves this off-season? Here's what insiders are saying. The Los Angeles Lakers have already made a few notable moves this summer, but is their work truly done? So far, the front office has added Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, and Jake LaRavia, 3 solid pieces that address some long-standing needs. Smart brings grit and leadership to the backcourt, Ayton offers size and mobility in the paint, and LaRavia provides much-needed floor spacing from deep. On paper, it's a meaningful upgrade. But if you ask around LakersNation, there's still a sense that something's missing. And with the Western Conference as competitive as ever, fans are wondering, is another move on the horizon before the season tips off? Insider insight: don't count on it, at least not yet. According to Dan Woik of The Athletic, the answer, for now, appears to be no. "I don't think another deal is coming for the Lakers before the start of the season," Woik wrote. And honestly, it's just a cost-benefit thing. He's referring to the Lakers' limited draft capital. At the moment, they have just 1 tradable first-round pick, 1 second-rounder, and a few low-value swap options. That's not a ton of ammo unless something truly compelling hits the market. Add in the presence of Luka Doncic, who single-handedly raises the team's floor, and the urgency to make a desperation trade just isn't there right now. Timing is everything. If the Lakers do decide to make another move, insiders believe it would likely come closer to the trade deadline, not during the quiet stretch of late summer. The reason? The front office wants a chance to see how this current roster fits together during training camp and the early part of the regular season. They're more likely to evaluate the group they've built, take stock of what works and what doesn't, and improve from within, Woik added. Using their limited draft assets now, before seeing what they actually have, wouldn't make much sense. In other words, patience may be the smartest move the Lakers can make right now. Could the center position be revisited? While Ayton is expected to be the team's anchor at the 5, there's still some skepticism around his consistency. If the former no. One pick doesn't show significant improvement from his time in Portland, it's possible the Lakers could explore another big man on the trade market mid-season. But again, it all depends on performance and availability. No deal, even a small one, happens in a vacuum. It requires the right player, the right fit, and the right price. Bottom line: trust the process for now. The Lakers front office isn't sitting idle. They've made strategic upgrades and shown they're willing to get aggressive when the opportunity is right. But as things stand, the message is clear: they're betting on internal growth and chemistry first. That doesn't mean they won't make a move, it just means they're not forcing one. The trade market can shift fast. Injuries happen. Underperforming teams get desperate. By keeping their options open, the Lakers are positioning themselves to act when it matters most, not just to make noise in August, but to make impact in April, May, and hopefully June. Lakers notes, LeBron's future, Giannis and Jokic rumors, and a new statue coming to LA. It's been a whirlwind off-season for the Los Angeles Lakers, and all eyes are once again on LeBron James. The 40-year-old superstar sparked a wave of speculation this summer after posting a series of cryptic messages on social media, hinting at uncertainty about his future. That was enough to set fans and insiders ablaze, with rumors flying about potential trade scenarios and surprise team switches. But according to Dan Woik of The Athletic, despite the noise, all signs still point to LeBron staying in Los Angeles and suiting up for the Lakers this upcoming season. Still, Woik isn't making any guarantees, and given LeBron's love for theatrics, nothing is ever truly off the table. Superstar rumors. Don't bet on Giannis or Jokic to LA. While the NBA rumor mill never sleeps, some of the buzz surrounding Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic possibly heading to Los Angeles seems more fantasy than fact. Both players have had their names floated in speculative trade talks this offseason, mostly driven by fan wish lists and social media debates. However, Woik was quick to temper expectations, noting that it's highly unlikely either Giannis or Jokic would end up teaming with LeBron or Luca Doncic in LA. Simply put, that kind of blockbuster just isn't in the cards right now. A legendary tribute coming to Crypto.com Arena. While the Lakers' future remains a hot topic, the franchise is also honoring its rich past. The organization is planning to unveil a brand new statue honoring one of its all-time greats, and the date is already set. Before the marquee matchup against the Boston Celtics on February 22, 2026, fans will witness a special moment in Lakers history. This season, that honor goes to none other than Pat Riley, the iconic head coach who led the Lakers to 5 NBA championships during the Showtime era. It's a long-overdue tribute to one of the masterminds behind some of the franchise's most unforgettable moments. A time of transition, but still focused on greatness. Between LeBron's future, ongoing trade rumors, and tributes to legends, the Lakers are clearly at a pivotal moment in their journey. There's excitement, uncertainty, and history in the making, all at once. But if there's one thing Lakers fans know by now, it's this: this team doesn't just react to pressure, it thrives in it. So whether it's LeBron staying put, new legends rising alongside Luca Doncic, or another iconic figure being immortalized in bronze, the message from LA is loud and clear. The legacy is still growing. Lakers and Clippers projected to plateau despite star-studded off-season moves. Heading into the 2025-26 NBA season, both Los Angeles squads, the Lakers and the Clippers, made big headlines with major additions. But according to early projections, those moves may not translate into more wins. It's a surprising prediction, especially considering how stacked the Western Conference has become. Last season, the battle out west was historic. Never before had the 3rd and 8th seeds been separated by just 2 games. The Lakers, Nuggets, and Clippers all finished the 2024-25 regular season with identical 50-32 records, sharing the 3rd best record in the conference. Each of those franchises went into the off-season looking for that next level. They didn't stand pat. They got aggressive. They added firepower. And yet, none of them seem poised to break away from the pack, at least according to Bleacher Report's Andy Bailey. No step forward for LA's powerhouses? Bailey's win-loss predictions for 2025-26 have caught some fans off guard. Both the Lakers and the Clippers are projected to finish right where they left off, with 50 wins each, no better, no worse. Let's start with the Clippers. They brought back most of their core from 2024-25, Bailey wrote. And they bolstered their rotation with Chris Paul, Bradley Beal, Brook Lopez, and John Collins. This is now, undeniably, one of the deepest teams in the NBA. But depth doesn't always mean dominance. Bailey highlights a key concern: age. Aside from Collins, every major piece in LA's rotation is either 30 or older. And let's not forget, Kawhi Leonard's injury history looms over everything. This might be one of the league's most talented lineups, but it's also the oldest. And Kawhi hasn't exactly had the best track record staying on the floor. Still, a 50-win season is nothing to scoff at. But given the Clippers' win-now roster, Many fans expected more than a repeat of last year. Lakers make a splash. But is it enough? While the Lakers didn't overhaul the roster as dramatically as their crosstown rivals, they made smart, calculated upgrades. Most notably, they replaced Jackson Hayes with DeAndre Ayton, a clear step forward at the center position. Ayton is a meaningful upgrade, Bailey noted. And as the Lakers look to build around their generational duo of Luca Doncic and LeBron James, pieces like Ayton and Austin Reeves keep them competitive right now. The Lakers also added Marcus Smart, bringing toughness and defensive identity, and Jake LaRavia, who offers shooting depth off the bench. It's a quieter off-season than the Clippers, but perhaps a more balanced one, and one that better complements their stars. Big moves, same results? Despite the new names, Bailey's forecast suggests both teams will remain stuck in place, good enough to win 50 games, but not enough to separate themselves in a crowded West. And that's the tricky part. When everyone's improving, even big upgrades can feel like treading water. Both the Lakers and Clippers have championship aspirations, and both made aggressive pushes to reach that next tier. But in a league where the margin for error is razor-thin, talent alone doesn't guarantee progress. Final word, time will tell. Whether Bailey's predictions hold true or not, one thing is clear, the pressure is on. For the Clippers, the window may be closing. For the Lakers, it's about maximizing the short-term potential of LeBron and Luca, while laying the foundation for what comes next. The star power is undeniable. The storylines are compelling. And once the season tips off, we'll find out whether these off-season moves were simply cosmetic, or the spark that ignites a deeper playoff run. Because in Los Angeles, standing still isn't an option. Not when banners are the expectation. Wild 5-team trade proposal sends Giannis to the Lakers, LeBron to the Mavericks. In an off-season full of twists, turns, and relentless speculation, one trade idea has taken things to an entirely new level. What if Giannis Antetokounmpo landed in Los Angeles to team up with Luca Doncic? And what if LeBron James took his talents to Dallas, joining Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, and a win-now Mavericks roster? That's the bold blockbuster vision laid out by Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report, who pieced together a 5-team megadeal that would shake the entire foundation of the NBA. Let's break it down. The full trade details. Brooklyn Nets receive Dalton Connect, from Lakers. Dwight Powell, from Mavericks. Jaden Hardy, from Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks receive LeBron James, from Lakers. Bronny James, from Lakers. Andre Jackson Jr., from Bucks. Tyler Smith, from Bucks. Drew Timm, from Nets. Los Angeles Lakers receive Giannis Antetokounmpo, from Bucks. Olivier Maxence Prosper, from Mavs. Tyrese Martin, from Nets. 2 trade exceptions. Milwaukee Bucks receive R.J. Barrett, from Raptors. P.J. Washington, Caleb Martin, Najee Marshall, all from Mavericks. Multiple future picks and pick swaps from Lakers, 2026 to 2032. Toronto Raptors receive Daniel Gafford, from Mavericks. Trade exception. Why the Mavericks would even consider LeBron. Let's address the elephant in the room. LeBron James will be 41 years old in December. But he just made All-NBA second team, and he's still producing at a superstar level. Add in the fact that Bronny comes with him, and you've got a Hollywood-level storyline playing out in Texas. Here's how Pincus put it. James may no longer be in his prime, but he's still one of the most impactful players in the league. Dallas would try to convince him to stay beyond this final contract year. In this scenario, the Mavericks get to supercharge their championship window by adding LeBron alongside Luca, Kyrie, and Klay, while keeping young star Cooper Flagg and other key pieces like Lively 2 and Max Christie. Of course, this comes at a cost. The Mavs would give up a large chunk of their depth: Gafford, P.J. Washington, Najee Marshall, Caleb Martin, Jaden Hardy, and others. That's a big gamble, even for someone like LeBron. Why Dallas might pass, even on LeBron. Despite the intrigue, there's a reason why the Mavericks have shown no real interest in trading for LeBron. They'd happily consider him on the buyout market, but trading for him? That's a different conversation. Here's why. Dallas currently boasts one of the deepest rosters in the league. They believe they can compete for a title right now, without needing to sacrifice 3 to 4 rotation players for a 41-year-old star, even if it's the GOAT. It's hard to justify sending out that much depth and getting back just one or two players likely to contribute immediately, a source close to the team noted. And they're not wrong. In this trade, Dallas gives up nearly a full second unit and only gains immediate value from LeBron, who could choose to leave after this season. Why it would be massive for the Lakers. This deal is a home run for the Lakers in terms of long-term positioning. They trade away LeBron and Bronny, yes, but in return, they land Giannis, arguably the best two-way player in the league, and pair him with Luca Doncic for the future. That's a duo you build dynasties around. With Ayton, Reeves, Marcus Smart, and others still in place, the Lakers would have an elite blend of youth, athleticism, and star power. And let's face it, Giannis in purple and gold? That's box office. Final thoughts, a dream or a disaster? This trade is wild. It's ambitious. It's the kind of move you see in NBA 2K, not real life. But it's also a reminder of just how fluid the league has become. Stars are moving. Super teams are forming and crumbling faster than ever. And in a world where Giannis is questioning his future in Milwaukee and LeBron may not be thrilled with the Lakers' long-term focus on Luca, nothing is impossible. Is it likely? Not really. Is it fun to think about? Absolutely. And in today's NBA, sometimes the most insane ideas aren't so crazy after all. Must-watch Lakers games on the 2025-26 NBA schedule. It's that time of year again. The NBA has officially dropped its schedule for the 2025-26 season, and fans are already circling dates and planning watch parties. And when it comes to marquee matchups, the Los Angeles Lakers are always front and center. Led by Luca Doncic in his first full season with the franchise and the legendary LeBron James possibly entering his final year, the Lakers remain one of the most fascinating teams in basketball. Add head coach J.J. Redick returning after a solid debut season, one that saw the Lakers finish third in a stacked Western Conference before a disappointing first-round playoff exit, and the stakes feel higher than ever. With the West looking even tougher this year, the Lakers' path won't be easy, but that just makes the matchups more exciting. Here are the biggest games we can't wait to watch. Opening night, Lakers vs. Warriors, October 21st. LeBron James vs. Stephen Curry. Enough said. This generation's defining rivalry kicks off the NBA season as the Lakers host the Warriors at Crypto.com Arena. These two always deliver high-stakes, high-drama battles, and with both teams tweaking their rosters this offseason, this could be a tone-setter for the rest of the year. Expect playoff intensity from the jump, and a statement performance from Luca, who's eager to write his own chapter in this legendary matchup. Timberwolves vs. Lakers, October 24th. Call this one revenge night. The Timberwolves ended the Lakers' playoff hopes last season with a convincing 5-game beatdown, exposing LA's weakness in the paint. The Lakers responded by bringing in DeAndre Ayton, and this will be his first big test, going toe-to-toe with Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns. It's also Luca vs. Anthony Edwards, which is quickly becoming one of the league's best one-on-one showdowns. Fittingly, this game is part of Amazon Prime's NBA opening week coverage, and it's one you won't want to miss. Lakers vs. Thunder, November 12th. The defending champs are coming to town. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the new powerhouse in the West, but the Lakers have had their number in recent seasons, including a dominant road win late last year that was nearly followed by another, until Luca was ejected under questionable circumstances. A win here would not only be a confidence booster, but also a reminder that LA can match up with the best. Plus, it's a reunion with Alex Caruso, a fan favorite who always gets love when he's back in town. Battle for LA, Lakers vs. Clippers, November 25th. The city showdown is always intense, and this year, it doubles as an NBA in-season tournament group stage game. Last season, the Lakers flipped the narrative, winning 3 out of 4 against a Clippers squad that had previously owned the series. But now, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and a revamped roster will be looking for payback. With both teams having championship aspirations, and the crowd split right down the middle, this one has all the ingredients of a classic. Luca's homecoming, Lakers vs. Mavericks, November 28th. Forget the tournament stakes, we know why you're watching. This is Luca's first game against his former team since being traded to LA, and while he's taken the high road publicly, don't be surprised if he's got this one circled. There's pride on the line, and probably a few fireworks. Also returning to LA for the first time since the trade, Anthony Davis, along with D'Angelo Russell, Max Christie, and even coaches Frank Vogel and Phil Handy, now part of Jason Kidd's staff in Dallas. This feels less like a regular season game and more like a Lakers alumni reunion, with playoff energy. Lakers vs. Celtics, December 5th. 3 syllables. 2 words. You know the vibe. Lakers vs. Celtics is always personal, the fiercest rivalry in basketball history. No matter where the teams are in the standings, this one matters. Expect a playoff atmosphere, a national spotlight, and hopefully, no green in the stands. Christmas Day, Rockets vs. Lakers, December 25th. Christmas and the Lakers are a tradition. This year, they'll host the Houston Rockets, who finished second in the West last season and just added Kevin Durant, another LeBron nemesis, to their already potent roster. This will be a massive test for LA on the biggest regular season stage, and a win could silence critics and solidify their contender status. Lakers vs. Nuggets, January 20th. Redemption? Maybe. The Lakers finally took down the Nuggets late last season in one of their most complete performances, but Nikola Jokic is still the measuring stick for any team with title hopes. This game will be a true test for Ayton, who will be judged by how he handles elite bigs like Jokic. It's also the first game of the Lakers' longest road trip of the year, so starting strong is key. Back to the land, Lakers vs. Cavaliers, January 28th. If this turns out to be LeBron's final season, this could be his last game in Cleveland, the city where his legend began and where he brought home the 2016 championship. LeBron always shows out in front of his hometown crowd, but the Cavs are for real this season, making this not just emotional, but important in the standings. Expect a celebration, but also a battle. Big Apple Spotlight, Lakers at Knicks, February 1st. LeBron and Luca at Madison Square Garden. Say less. This could be LeBron's last time on the NBA's most iconic stage, and you know he'll rise to the occasion. Luca, too, has had his moments against the Knicks, but not yet that one game at MSG. Could this be it? Oh, and the Knicks? They're no joke. Legit Eastern Conference contenders. This one will be primetime in every way.